Hi everyone, Wednesday, March the 23rd, and this week I've talked to Aymara, who just finished walking the Camino Ingles. I met her down at the Obradoiro Square, and you'll see our short conversation later on what she found and how her Camino was this year. I also wanted to do a short little update on the situation pilgrim-wise in Santiago, and also we'll do a short look at what COVID looks like in Spain right now. COVID's not a big problem anymore, but it's still around, and I think it'll be nice to see the map that I've shown earlier so you can get an idea for what to expect when you arrive. Anyway, so yesterday 165 people got to Compostela. So yesterday was Tuesday. Monday, I think it was about the same. Sunday, we had 286, I think. So definitely we could see a big influx of pilgrims compared to 2 or 3 weeks ago, where we had about 30 or 40 a day. So, and you can definitely notice that in town as well. There's people, when you walk around town, you see pilgrims all the time now. And up and down towards the bus station and the train station, you see people with backpacks, and it's good to see a little bit of a pilgrim ambient in town again as well. I was down at the Obradoiro just about half an hour ago, and this is what it looks like down there. You see one pilgrim there lying in the middle of the square. The weather's kind of grayish today. It's been raining in the morning. It's good walking weather, I think. So square is populated with tourists. You could see tourists. You could see groups now coming in as well. So it's starting to look like a normal Camino year in Santiago, and it's still early because the big season Camino-wise starts in Easter. That's when the big crowds usually come in. And also Aymara will talk a little bit more about how she found the Camino a bit later. So anyway, so that's the situation in Santiago. Let's look at the COVID numbers. As you can see, these are numbers from March 21st, 2 days ago. And as of March 21st, we have 386 new cases per 100 inhabitants over the last 14 days. And they're spread out like this in Spain. And you could see Navarra is 580, Burgos 320, 380. So it's going down, but it's going down quite a little bit slowly. 780 in Lugo, and Coruña is 819, which is not far from what we had a few weeks ago, I think, when we looked at the same numbers. You could see the Spain and the lower southern parts are much whiter, meaning less cases. I think it may have something to do with the weather as well. But as for mask use and things like that outside, there's a bit 50-50 in Santiago now, I think, with our wearing a mask. And also the restrictions little by little are also being lifted. You still have to wear a mask inside and all of that, but there's talk about removing that as well soon. My son in school can now actually be in the playground at school with no mask, so that's something that they just lifted last week. Anyway, let's look at the little talk I had with Aymara the other day. It was on Monday. She had walked the Camino Ingles. It was her third or fourth Camino, I think. So let's see what she said. And with that, I'll see you next week. Hope you're good. Take care. Hi, everyone. I'm here with Aymara. Aymara, she just finished the Camino Ingles.
Yes, correct.
How was that?
It was wonderful.
Yeah?
Yes, and I see there's been a lot of fear on the forum.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be afraid of. This country is a lot safer than the U.S. is, for example, and people are very respectful.
Because you're from Miami, right?
I'm from Miami.
Yeah.
And everyone wears a mask in closed-in spaces, and when you're walking, you really don't need to wear it. But if someone's wearing it out of respect, you take it out and wear it.
Yeah.
And it's been fabulous, really a good experience. So don't be afraid, come on down.
Actually, this week we've seen a big influx of pilgrims because a week or two ago we had like 30, 40 pilgrims a day. I think yesterday was 286. I just checked. I got the Compostela.
You got it,
yeah.
Good.
So I think the season it's kind of kicking off now, which is good to see because it's been a while.
It's kicking up, and there's a lot of pilgrims from all over the world. Even on the Ingles, there were about 15 of us walking every day. You know, you meet people along the way. Yeah. And it was very.
How did you find? I know a lot of people are worried about finding places to stay.
Places will be fully open as of April 1st, the majority, but there's enough places right now where people can stay. Yeah. And you don't have to go too far away. You don't have to walk further or anything. Yeah. There's always somewhere to stay, and the locals know if you don't have a reservation, they'll be able to point you in the right direction. Ask questions. You don't need to rely on the apps. People in the neighborhoods and in the small towns know everything that's going on, and they're very open, and they want to help you, and they're very glad to see pilgrims.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And they're very generous with their time and their and everything. It's
that's true.
wonderful.
That's what I find too. Yeah. People out in the rural areas are very good people, you know, in general. Yeah. And especially now after so many years of without seeing pilgrims, they're happy to see people coming.
And especially in Galicia.
Yes.
It's another universe.
That's great.
Yeah.
What else are people wondering about? Anything? Was the first time Ingles for you?
The first time Ingles for me.
How was that? How was it Ingles compared to the other ones?
Well, my first was the Primitivo, and for me that's the jewel in the crown, especially por hospitales. And after that, everything is downhill from there. But there's a lot of asphalt, that's correct, and they've restructured the Camino. And there were two guys from Cádiz who took the alternative, the old Camino, and they were very disappointed because it was more asphalted than the newer diversion. But the locals weren't happy with the way they've restructured it. And I've done the Invierno, which is also fabulous, but strenuous, with places with 30 kilometers with no services. So. Every Camino and every time you do it is totally different. Even if you've done the same Camino, every time you walk it, it'll be a different experience. Yeah. And the seasons and the weather influences every day.
And I also know that you are from the U.S., so you're going back tomorrow.
Yeah, going back.
So you have to do the test now, because this is we're recording this. What day is it today?
Today's
the 21st.
21st.
So which means the U.S. required you to have a test done 24 hours before.
You need an antigen 24 hours before. So it becomes a little difficult to get it here, and I've always gotten it in Santiago. But this time I'm going to Madrid tomorrow, getting the test at the airport, T4, and it's a lot cheaper and very quick. You can reserve online. Yeah. And you just look up airport antigen test Madrid, and it comes up. Very easy, and I think it's less than 30 euros, and here it's higher. It's 40 or 50.
And you might not even make it if you do it here.
That's
you have enough time because it has to be 20.
And this place at the airport is 24 hours, and they have lots of slots. Every 5 minutes they have a slot. It's very convenient.
That's good.
I have no endorsement from them, but it works well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
very good. Well, that's good to hear that you had a good time.
Yes, and it's great to meet you. I
well,
want to
thank
say
you.
that out loud.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She stopped by my office earlier, and I asked her if we could have a little chat. So.
And it's perfect weather here. It's varied. People worry about what to wear. Bring less. Less is more, and this is a developed country. There's stores everywhere. There's Chinese bazaars where you could get everything for nothing.
That's true.
And pharmacies everywhere. So don't worry. Just get on,
people ask me about the mask. If you have to bring masks, bring a lot of masks from home. I don't think so, because the pharmacies have masks everywhere. Of course, you should wear a mask on the plane anyway, but you don't have to bring stock up masks.
No, you don't. And if you feel queasy, you can get a rapid test at any pharmacy, very cheaper than in the States at least.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to tell people?
This is fabulous. No. And, come on down.
Come on
That's
down.
all I can say.
Very good.
And buen camino.
Exactly. Buen camino. Ciao.